Hello again, Amethyst Steel Illumineers. I'm back to do some more testing tonight. Um, Again, I'm not trying to be a Lorcana influencer or YouTuber, simply doing some testing in the new set and thought if anyone else can benefit from my testing, then that's good for everybody. So, trying to continue work on this tempo list. I posted a few links on the group today just trying to define what a tempo list is because people who are newer to TCGs may not be familiar. It is different than aggro or control or mid range, although it's kind of related to mid range. But the idea is that you're just trying to play big threats and play to the board early. So things that quest for two, like Maleficent, like Mr. Arrow, like Smee. So if you can play an efficient play on turn one, turn two, turn three, and then just try and protect and outvalue and have answers that your opponent has to do something about, or basically making trades that are just ever so slightly in your favor. So a card like Tinkerbell Giant Fairy being able to 2 for 1 or 3 for 1, keep their board clear while always questing with Maleficent, with Smee, and using cards like Fire the Cannons or Befuddle, which are very efficient answers to their early plays. So if you can drop a Maleficent and protect it for 4 turns, and it can quest 4 times and get you 8 lore, that's really good value for 1 ink. So we're basically trying to do that and win fairly quickly, mostly, but not in the same way an aggro deck would. So again, I'm going to play some new cards. I'm going to try the new Diablo. I prefer Chernobog's Followers because I think having 2 strength, there's just so many times where you can trade off into Chernobog's Followers, keep their board clear so you can keep questing me through Maleficent. But I'm going to try Crab, which people have been recommending. I haven't been a huge fan of the card, but I can see its utility, and certainly it being able to pump Diablo by 3 strength and trade favorably into something and then draw a card does seem good. So I'm going to try a Crab tonight. Calhoun, I'm hearing good things about. I I think it's a great card. I think it's great in a lot of lists. I didn't consider it as much as a tempo card, but I'm gonna try it tonight. It could work. The fact that it gains you lore when it trades or attacks small threats might be valuable. So it's uninkable. I'm a bit concerned about having too many uninkables in this deck, as I really need Maleficent. I really need Fire the Cannons. I think along came Zeus and Doc, but we'll try two Calhoun. Um, Force Smeeze is great. I found I was running more Mr. Arrows, and I was just getting flooded with inkable 2 drops, and I just always ended up inking them. So basically, I want to have a solid turn 2 play, whether that's a Mr. Arrow or a Smee, something that quests for 2 ideally. So this kind of gives me another copy of Smee in some ways. But we also have the option of playing 2 1 drops or playing Calhoun. And then Tinkerbell is great on its own because it's evasive and quest for 2. We can, of course, shift Tinkerbell. We're trying the White Rose. Shout out to John who recommended the White Rose. Also, shout out to Andrew who's just been a great contributor and good at being positive and giving people ideas to bounce off of. So, John recommended White Rose, which is kind of like a mini goat, and it's a 3/3 body, so it's inkable as well. We're gonna try the White Rose. I'm gonna throw in one Genie. Again, I'm very wary of having too many uninkables, but it can sing Zeus, draws you a card. It's evasive, quest for 2. The card is really good. Um, it's just a matter of finding. If it was inkable, it'd be a no-brainer. And then Pluto, I've been trying, and I kind of think in a tempo list is quite good. So if you're looking to curve out with efficient threats on turn one, turn two, turn three, so play a Maleficent, play a Smee, and then you play a Pluto with Bodyguard, that something gives them a lot of problems because it's going to almost trade with everything because it's going to have +4 and it's going to protect your smaller threats. So in a deck that's playing a lot of smaller, more vulnerable creatures like a Diablo, like a Maleficent, like a Mr. Arrow, like a Damaged Smee, protecting with Pluto can be good. Also, he can attack into locations for 5, which is pretty good, and he's inkable. So I'm going to try 2 Pluto. I found in a lot of my games I've been playing recently, Pluto's been pretty clutch. Yeah, 2 Befuddle to try and keep the tempo game plan going with some efficient early removal. And yeah, the locations are great just for kind of attacking on a different axis in the mid game and giving you passive lore. So let's try this. I realized yesterday I was maybe being too hard on myself, always playing second. It's good to show off the deck going first as well. So I think for every matchup I play, I'll just play 2 games. one going first and one going second, just so you can kind of see how the deck works on the play and on the draw. So I finished yesterday with a game against Emerald Steel. So let's try that out. We'll go first. Should we get the right deck here? Yep. So again, the key to tempo lists is having a really strong start. And also, I like to have my ink. Because we're going first, I think Calhoun is less important. I think it's probably better on the draw. So I'm going to throw these back. Tinkerbell is always tempting if you get the other one, but it's a bit expensive. Really, I don't want much of this stuff. I will keep Smash because sometimes it's good against Ursula and Diablo. So hopefully get some 1 and 2 drops here with the mulligan. Yeah, we did. That's great. So Maleficent, always our best first turn play. We also have the ability to go Maleficent and then remove one of their threats and play Chernobygs. So I think I'm going to ink. I think we'll ink the Pluto. Play Maleficent. Pass. All right. So they've got Diablo. So we want to. I think. I think we'll ink the castle. I'm honestly happy to befuddle this and save the Fire of the Cannons for a bigger Diablo at some point. Quest for 2. So if you're looking at a tempo list, right, we've got 2 threats on board. They have nothing. We're questing for 3 next turn. And again, we have an answer. So let's ink the Fox. Remove their Diablo. And we can quest. I know a common complaint from Speci is that people are far too hasty to crack their Chernobog's followers, but you want to get as much value out of that card as possible, so you might as well just keep questing with it. Um, so I think we'll ink the Smash here to get the castle down. Quest. Now, I'm a little nervous because this is a discard deck, so they could get rid of our dock, which is our card draw right now. Yeah, Ursula whiffs. Double Ursula. Okay. So So here they can just take out our Chernobog, so this would be a good time to crack it. Okay, we got all the Chernobog's followers, so let's ink one, play dock. So I can move both of these into the castle, which means we draw quite a few cards next turn, or I could get down Smee, so I could quest or start trading with the Ursulas. Yeah, I think with this deck we want to develop our board as much as possible. And if they make us discard our dock, it's not a huge deal because we've got castle and draw cards. So pass. Yeah, so we gotta discard dock. So we're so far ahead now, like we're at 11. They're at 2. I am going to quest with the Chernobyls in the hopes we draw an ink so we can play out Tinkerbell. We did get an ink, so we'll ink this castle, play Tink, quest, quest. So we're at 15 lore, they're at 2. Um, Tinkerbell's going to be able to quest for 2. Castle's going to get us 2 if they don't have an answer. So this game's probably over. And this is what I love about the tempo deck. If you can just play out efficient threats early, you're so far ahead by the time they start getting ahead, and then at that point, it's pretty easy just to clinch the game. All right, 17. So, quest with Tink. Move her to castle. We'll hit their Anna and pass. So basically, we've won next turn if they can't deal with our castle, which they probably can't. All right, there's game. So that felt very good going first, as this deck tends to do. It usually struggles a little bit more going second, of course. Guess we'll draw and win. Okay, so we'll do another one, and we'll let them go first this time, just to see how it does on the other way around. Here to start. Okay, fire the cannons is always good. However, we have a lot of expensive stuff here. We want early plays, so I'm going to throw all this back. But always happy to see lots of fire the cannons in this matchup, just for Diablo, of course. All right, don't think Tinkerbell's going to come in handy anytime soon. Fire Chernavogs. We're lacking a 2-drop here, which is unfortunate. Okay, well, we have all the removal. So Smash we probably don't need right now. We will keep Chernavogs on the field. Yeah, so it would be nice to have a Maleficent or a Smee or a Mr. Arrow. Okay. So we don't have any characters right now, which is not the best, but we have Tinkerbell. So the question is, do we want the castle or do we want the library? Being able to trade favorably, they have removal. So I think I'll keep library in this case. But let's play Tinkerbell out. Okay, get rid of our Long Came Zeus. That's fine. This where it's very nice having Tinkerbell be evasive. So we can link Pluto, play the library, take out Morph in case they want to shift something, quest, and then hopefully next turn we can move Tinkerbell into the library. Oh no. Thing I like about this deck too, because almost every card is 4 ink or less. No matter what we draw, we can usually play. So move this here, play Diablo, move Diablo in. Next thing too, if Diablo dies, we'll get 2 cards off of it. They have 2 cards in hand. No Diablo yet, because we don't have our removal at this moment. Okay, so they got rid of Tink. Goat. Good. Be nice to get a character that could quest for 2. Interesting. Well, we'll play Go first. And I'm going to keep Lotus, even though I'm always tempted to ink all my cards in this matchup just so they can't make me discard. But it seems like they would have played that already. Okay, so I kill our Diablo, we get 2 cards, which is great. Okay, Calhoun, we'll get a chance to see if Calhoun can put some work in here. I'm hoping for an inkable. Okay, so I think probably I'm tempted to try White Lotus and Calhoun, just 'cause I haven't played with them much, so it might not be perfectly optimal. I'm gonna ink Smee, so we can play Lotus and play Calhoun. I am tempted to pick off something here with Goat because it's a good beater. Getting rid of Morph might be good, just in case they want to shift something in. I believe this deck runs Beast, so I'm always a little nervous of them being able to play Beast right away. All right, I've been hearing lots of good things about Calhoun, so I'd like to see if she can put in some good work here. They are catching up to us on lore, but I'm feeling pretty good at the moment. Tinkerbell. Okay. So I think I want to play the dock ideally. So let's ink Tinkerbell. We'll move Goat in and trade. No, we don't need to trade. Let's challenge an Ursula because then Calhoun takes no damage. We can see. I could just wipe out all their characters right now, which maybe is good. Just take control of the board. Um, so if we do, oh, okay. Let's move Goat in. No, Goat's in the library. Sorry. Okay. So take out Anna. Yeah, this isn't bad. Take this out. Get rid of Ursula. Can move. Our Calhoun's going to be challenging, so move Calhoun into the library. Ah, sorry, they got one card. We have three. Oh yeah, Bruno. Ah, Calhoun's gone. Oh well, things are looking pretty good here. So play Maleficent, play Doc, draw two, ink, Befuddle, play Genie. That's what I love about playing a lot of cheap cards. You can run out quite a few in a turn. Quest with the Rose, pass. Uh, in playing local tournaments and a lot, I do feel like this is normally a good matchup for us. Ha! They have Diablo, but we have Smash, and we win. All right, so that felt good, both on the play and the draw. I think green steel is a good matchup, so that was good. All right, let's try something else. Something we didn't play against yesterday was sapphire steel. Um, I don't play against this very often, so I'll be curious to see how this goes. I've opted not to run any item hate at the moment because I just don't know what that mana is. We'll see how prevalent items end up being, but for now, we might lose to items, but let's see. All right, so again, we'll go first, and then we'll let them go first on the second game. I do not know this deck very well that I'm playing against, so this looks pretty solid though. Got turn one play, turn two play. We've got some removal. We have lots of inkables. We have location. I think I'm happy to keep this, and we're going first. I don't think I need two foxes, so let's ink a fox and play a Maleficent. And if they don't play a card on the first turn, oh, fire the cannons. That's unfortunate. All right, all good though. So I think I'm gonna keep the fox around in case I want to reset Smee from his damage he takes every turn. So I'll sadly ink the white rose. Play Smee, pass. I like being the one playing fire the cannons, not my opponents. But it's a really good card. All right, so we can get on the board now. Um, quest. I don't know if we need Calhoun yet. Getting a location now might be nice, so let's ink the goat. Play the library. Getting passive lore every turn early and being able to trade our Smee up for something. They're ramping very quickly, but they only have two cards left, so this is where it's a little awkward in that we don't have many inkables. Let's ink the fox. Quest with Smee. We'll blast Tipo, play Calhoun, and move Smee into the library since he's going to die soon. But we'll get our card back, which is nice. Whole new world. All right. See, whole new world. When they have to spend ink for it, and we have a better board, it's honestly just as good for us at this point. Fire the cannon, sure. We draw even more cards. So now we can just hopefully put out a bunch of threats. I'll have five ink this turn. I don't think I need this many Tinkerbells. So I think We can shift Tink later. So let's play Tinkerbell and let's play Smee. Quest with Calhoun. All right, well, we got three characters on the location. They don't have anything yet, although they have 8 ink, so. Oh, Calhoun. Oh, interesting. Cogsworth. So that gives Calhoun another resist, right? See, here I wish we had our his ward. All right, well, we're just going to quest and see what they do about it. Tinkerbell doesn't do much for us with the resist at this rate. So let's just go questing. Yeah, they're going to want to attack. We have so many cards. I don't know if I want to put people in the library or whether we just dump out as many threats as possible. I think that makes more sense. Let's get a location down. So let's go Queen's Castle, Ink. Um, we have 2 locations. I'll ink the library. Put down a Smee. And pass. So we're so far ahead on board at this rate. I think we can just quest and keep playing stuff. I guess they could have another whole new world. Grab your sword. Okay, here we go. This is where locations are so good against the whole new world decks a lot of the time, though, because okay, well they got lots of removal, and they have a lot of ink. We're at 16. Okay, well we don't need this many of those, and they have grab your sword. So let's quest with Smee. We could move him to the library. Well, let's wait. Okay. Let's play Genie, because he's going to be evasive and has toughness. All these other cards are very fragile. So maybe I could also hit one of their characters, but we're so far, I think we just want to cross the finish line. Let's play Calhoun. And a Turnabogs. Okay. We're at 18, they're at 2. We've got 2 locations, 3 characters. I think we can come out on top here. Tinkerbell. This still felt pretty good going first. I'm a little bit nervous to play second. But we got there. 21. 21 to 4. Okay. So that went pretty well. They're not playing too many items by the looks of it. So we'll let them go first this time. Okay, we don't need goat, we don't need castle yet. White Lotus is fine, but it's maybe a good top deck. I don't know if I need it in my hand. Smash could be good. So let's keep those. Okay, that's solid. In no turn 1, that's really good. Okay, we do have the Tink line. So I think I'm going to ink the Diablo. Play the Maleficent so we can get questing. Calhoun. Yeah, Calhoun's good against Maleficent, that's for sure. And that resist is pesky because I can't just hit it with fire the cannons, which I would normally do. So I could wait to smash and keep my Maleficent up. But they could just fire the cannons and kill it anyways. So let's get our value out of Maleficent before they kill it. Yeah, Calhoun, no doubt, great in a lot of decks. I'm not sure if this is the best deck for Calhoun. Of course, they play another one just to rub it in my face. Um, Kind of tempted to smash one just to get rid of it because they're pretty obnoxious. But I kind of want to develop my board more first. So let's play Tinkerbell. Quest. At least at this point, Smee will trade with them. So if they want to attack my Smee, then I'll have to pay a Calhoun in return. Ramping. Okay, they're questing with that one. I think they'll attack though. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can quest. And no, Calhoun can't do anything about it. Tink a tink. Play another tink. Yeah, Calhoun, that resist one definitely. Oh no. Whole new world, man. It's really annoying. Ah, Befuddle though. Befuddle is pretty good against Calhoun. Alright, so let's ink a fox. Let's befuddle Calhoun. And let's play castle so we get some passive lore. Quest. I really like this new Tinkerbell though. The evasive is great. Um, being able to quest for 2 is great. And then you can always shift the big tank. It threatens the big shift. 3 toughness means that they can't use fire the cannons on it. So let's just keep questing, I suppose. I might play the goat so I can sing Along Came Zeus next turn. Unfortunately, yeah, that resist 1 is really obnoxious. So we'll play the goat. We'll ink. I might actually want to play that other castle to get across the finish line. The cards. Hmm. I'll ink the fox, and let's just move the goat into the castle, and we can move a tank into the castle as well, in case they survive. But we went second, and we're at 17 lore. They're at 6. You know, they played good cards, but we just are further ahead. Oh, nice. Yeah, Cusco. Probably it's too little too late for them, though. All right. Well, just to be obnoxious, let's sing this and kill Cusco because we can. And we'll quest with Tinkerbell. And we'll play White Lotus for the win. All right. That was good. So we're 2-0 against Emerald Steel, and we're 2-0 against Sapphire Steel, and all with pretty good leads. And those actually felt all pretty good. Granted, our wins against AI are certainly not indicative of how they do in a tournament, but so far I'm liking at least how this feels with our cards relative to their new cards, and some of these new cards are good to test out. My video is going to die soon, so I'm going to end this one, and I'll come back with another matchup against a new deck. All right, thanks for watching. See you soon.